Hey, welcome back everyone to the channel. I really appreciate the support. All you guys out there watching, thank you so much. We got Joe in the house. That's awesome. What's up, Joe? How you been, buddy? Let me do a couple of things here in the computer before we go live. But big shout out. There we go. All right. Man, the computer's going crazy today. All right, so big shout out to everybody watching out there. Thank you so much for the support. Big shout out to our sponsors, HotShot Shooting Range, Optics Planet. Make sure you use that code to get a discount, and that's gonna help out the channel with with gear to review and things like that. So again, big shout out to our patrons. We definitely appreciate the donations that you guys do every month. And obviously, if you like this type of videos, definitely like, subscribe, stay tuned because we got a lot of stuff coming up. Let me show my face, and here I am. Let me know if you could hear me, because this computer and the whole Google Hangout system is getting pretty messed up. I mean, I can't. It took me a while to figure out how to set up a microphone. It took me a while to pick the right camera. I mean, I got a camera, not the one in the computer, to the side, and it took me a while to be able to set up all this stuff. I don't know what's the deal with that, but again, YouTube trying to make it more difficult for us. So I really didn't have a title today. I didn't, I work all day. I came home. I had to do stuff around the house, and I just quickly jump in here to just hang out with you guys for for a little bit and see what's going on. So I don't really have a title. I thought I was going to talk about a little bit of hate that I've been receiving lately. So I'll probably talk about that, and then I'm actually going to go and answer some questions. So just whatever happened. I don't really have a script, if you want to put it that way. All right, so let me see who's out there. Kafer, big shout out to you, sir. Thank you so much. Captain Pizza, that's a pretty cool name. L22A, let's see. Welcome, sir. We definitely appreciate you being here. Mark said, who could hate on JH6? Man, I got about 300 and something comments of hate that typically they get filtered into all the places. So let me show you something. Cody says, shout out to you, buddy. Hunt for Food 67, awesome support of the channel. Thank you so much for showing up here, sir. You being pretty critical to the growth of the channel. I want to show you guys something before I get into this. Let me share something with you guys over here real quick. All right, so I want to give a big shout out to Vanquest. I'm gonna do I got a couple of videos that I want to do with those guys. They sent a couple of packs here to the channel, and they support the channel. They've been supporting the channel for quite some time by now. Since maybe 2,000-3,000 subscribers. So they've been supporting me for quite some time, and I have reviewed a lot of the stuff, and they make great quality. Anyways, they got this pack right here, special right now, $97.89. Typically run for about $140, and pretty cool pack, guys. I have this pack here in the channel, and I'm going to review the pack for you guys. And I got a couple other packs as well. Let me see if I can show you this. Check that out. Check the color and then the inside. That thing reflects so much that it is pretty visible when you open your backpack. So big shout out to those guys. Like I say, they make great things. They make great packs. So one of the things that you guys are probably gonna say, and I totally get it, is like, hey, why would I want to pay $100 for a pack? Why would I want to pay $150 for a pack when I could go to Walmart and buy something for like 20 bucks? Well, obviously, that's a choice for you guys out there, and obviously, this is an investment. I mean, I don't have that kind of money. I just don't think that I could go to the store and buy a backpack for 150 bucks. I don't run that way. I don't roll that way. I don't have that type of money to do that. But obviously, this is an investment. That type of pack are top quality. I mean, we're talking about a pack that is just top quality. and I got to tell you, I reviewed several of them here in the channel, and they're pretty cool. So again, let me see who's out there. Who's a dude? Oh, there we go. Got a big shout out to Tyler. Actually, you know what? Welcome here, sir. I haven't seen you in quite some time, but he was actually the first guy, and that's kind of funny. He was actually the first guy that ever, I guess, recognized me in a way. Here's a quick story. I was at Walmart with my wife, and I was in Richlands, North Carolina. You know, the Marine Corps base is there. And he came to me, and, you know, he was like, hey, you know, I know you're from somewhere. And typically when people told me that, typically, you know, I mean, like, I spent 11.5 years in the Marine Corps. I deployed with so many guys that typically I would say, hey, oh, okay, maybe I deployed with you. Maybe I went to Iraq, Afghanistan. Maybe I went to some type of deployment with you. I mean, I got to tell you guys, at that point, I would have never even thought that he was going to tell me from here. So anyway, after we kind of gave each other this look, like, all right, where do you know me from? He told me he watched his channel, and to me it was kind of funny, because it was kind of like, what, like, you? I mean, it was the first time, and not like that happens all the time. It happened to me another time at work. Another guy went inside the place that I work at, and he recognized me. But it was the first time that happened. I thought it was really, really cool, and so I definitely appreciate the support, and definitely it's just awesome to have all you guys out here as being part of this community. So let me say, big shout out. We got about 41 people watching. Thank you so much for all you guys watching and all that stuff. But here's the deal. It kills me to see the hate that we see here in the gun community. I mean, there is so much hate in the gun community that to me it's kind of like, wow, why do we hate on each other? I mean, I got I don't know, 380 comments sitting in my comment box for review. And be advised, if you want to curse me out, you're gonna have to be polite, because if you put cursing and yada yada yada, it's gonna go into a review comment or into a review section, and again, that review section is just not going to get approved. I mean, I'm not going to approve you cursing me out. I think that makes sense. But here's the deal. I just don't see why it's so much the hate here in the gun community. There are so many groups out there that are getting stuff accomplished because they stick together. So, I mean, it's hate on everything. I mean, you talk about gun guys that are supposed to be gun guys that doesn't even like the Second Amendment or doesn't even support that. I had a conversation with a guy the other day that was telling me, you know, military guy, retired from the Army, you know, guy that likes guns, guys that like shooting, all this stuff. And this guy is telling me how, you know, we, the people, don't really need an AR-15. And to me, it's kind of like, really, man? You defended this country from the bad guy. You defended freedom. You defended this. You defended that. And you really don't think that we have the right to buy a semi-automatic rifle? No. So here's the thing. How can you support something but then want to put limitations? I mean, to me, those are the worst guys ever. I mean, to me, is worse than the guys that don't even support the Second Amendment. I mean, it's just it kind of like kills me that you support me buying a bolt action rifle or a pistol, but you don't support me buying a semi-automatic rifle. I mean, to me, they're kind of hypocrites in a way. So, but there's a lot of hate here in the community. And a lot of times I try to stay away from that. Let me tell you something, people. I've been caught up in some drama. I have received emails. I have received comments. I have received all kind of different things. You know, you have your cliques. You know, the guys that want to hang around with this guys, the guys that want to hang around with those guys, and then they're fighting each other, and they're fighting the subscribers, and you know, I got more subscribers than you, and I got more subscribers than this guy, and how many views do you get? Like, really? Like, seriously? Like, are we gonna go there? Are we measuring our, you know, are we measuring our love for freedom, or our love for whatever, or our dedication, or to do this based on the amount of subscribers, or based on the amount of, or whatever? You know, let me tell you something, people. This doesn't pay a lot of money. If you really think you're gonna come here and make a ton of money, you're not. Now, I'm not gonna say we don't make money, because I make money out of the channel, but we don't make a ton of money. You could probably work for $6 an hour and probably make more money. I mean, this is like something that you enjoy to do, and luckily you could get a little bit of money back to kind of sustain this thing, this hobby. All right, so because shooting costs money, testing guns costs money, going to the pistol range costs money, going away to do videos while you're supposed to be working costs money. I mean, all that stuff costs money. This is not free. So luckily, some channels make it to a point where they could get a little bit in return to be able to cover that. Now, there's other channels, and not like me yet, but maybe one day it happen, that could go into full-time and could do this every day, and it could potentially make a living out of this. No doubt about that. But again, you're looking at millions. I mean, we're talking about millions of views a month to be able to get to that level. And last time we checked, I mean, I think we just passed 4 million views in the channel, but we don't get millions a month. So here's the thing. The drama in the gun community is unbelievable. People fighting over views, do you know people make videos about me? If I say something that is wrong, or if I make a mistake, because I am perfect by no means, but if I make a mistake, or I say something that I'm like, okay, you know, I just can't believe I say that, maybe I said the wrong thing, or maybe I changed my mind, people will make videos about me. Like, seriously, like, don't you have anything else to do in your life? Do you have nothing? I mean, don't you have a girlfriend or a wife? I mean, like, when you get to a point where you're making a video about me, I mean, come on, I'm not that cool, man. Come on, you know. Well, maybe my wife think I'm cool, but anyways, you know, people do that all the time, and just simply to get views on other people, or they get the video that you talked about 2 years ago, and they say, well, you said this 2 years ago, and just to prove you're wrong, and then you start thinking, dude, I changed my mind, man. You know, I could do that, right? After a year and a half, I could potentially do that. So here's the deal. Big shout out to Skinny Medic out there. Really cool guy. Go and check it out. You know. So all I'm saying is that, you know, I'm just laughing at some of these comments over here. So all I'm saying is that we just can't hate each other. You know, all this drama and hate and not supporting each other is gonna hurt the community overall. You know, it's just gonna hurt the community. We need to be able to I'm not gonna mention who made videos about me. I'm not gonna go there. I don't want to continue the drama. But here, we need to be able to stick together. We're trying to express this message. We're trying to go out there and talk to people about this, and we're hitting on each other. So to me, it's simple, guys. You know, every single day when I'm out there, when I'm on my work, when I'm on my place or business, you know, I talk about a couple of things. I talk about God. I talk about God all the time, and you know, I'm sure you guys know I talk about God here on the channel. I talk about guns, and I talk about prepping. I talk about those things. That's the things that I talk about. I mean, what you see here is what you're gonna see out there. If you see me in the street, some of you guys have seen me out there. You could probably, I'm just the same. So when it comes down to a point where you're going to come here, fake it, and create drama, you're not helping anyone. So when you're out there, you got to be able to spread this message. You know, you got to tell people, you know, I mean, we got a potential criminal becoming a president. Like, well, we got a criminal potentially being able to become the president of the United States. So we got to inform the people. We got to tell people, you know, hey, look, guys, maybe you guys should start, you know, maybe you should start prepping. Maybe you should buy a decent handgun. Maybe you should go and get a semi-automatic rifle. You know, a friend of mine just jumped into that. He talked to me about it. I said, look, you can go to these places, and he made that cross into an AR-15 because, again, he's seeing what's happening. We see what happened in Massachusetts, where the government wakes up one day and go like, oh, guess what, guys? AR-15s are illegal. Semi-automatic rifles are illegal. What are you going to do when that happens? I mean, that could potentially happen. I mean, again, we got a president, a person running for president that is a criminal. What do you think she's going to do when she takes over? She could just go in there, start signing papers, and next thing you know, we're going to be no guns, no ammo, everything is banned, and we're going to become slaves. So we got to be able to prepare now in case we have to fight that kind of system. So we got to tell people about this. And when you out there hating on the gun community, making fun of people because you can't afford a better gun, I mean, again, you know, I can't believe you have a high point. You know, I got 5 Glocks. You know, you should buy a Glock. Listen, dude, people don't have that type of money. Maybe that guy, that was the best thing he could afford, and then he's saving to get something else. You know, I can't believe you got that H&R pump, you know, $179 shotgun from Walmart. You know, you should get a Remington 870. Well, maybe the guy doesn't have the money. He's just starting up, you know, he's starting up with what he could afford. Now you can save your pennies to get something else. But we got those guys hating on other people, you know. You should buy a real gun. So, I mean, I just hate, I just don't like how we hate on each other, you know. Like even people, you know, people come into the channel all the time and want to give me this big classes, you know, like, hey, you should do this and you should do that. And I can't, you know, firearm instructors, you know, they're like salty, you know, like, I've been teaching classes for 2 years. You know, I took an NRA course, so I'm going to tell you what to do, how to do it. And instead of coming down in a way where you could be like, oh, you know what, it makes sense. I get feedback from people all the time. You know, it makes sense what you're saying. I think I'm going to apply that into my system. They talk to you like you are no one. So what's going to happen is that you're going to be like, screw you, man. I ain't going to follow what you're saying. I don't even like your comment. So I mean, again, I don't want to be like, hey, I think the gun community is great, but we got to stop hating on each other. We really do. We really do have to stop hating on each other and build a nice community, because we're getting attacked every single day. So when we spend the whole day just fighting each other, we ain't going to make it anywhere. We're just not going to make it anywhere. So anyway, guys, so here's the deal. Big shout out to everybody. Mattel is in the house. So big shout out to Mattel. I think he's becoming a fan of Glocks. Waiting on that response. So big shout out to Mattel. Big shout out to everybody out there. But definitely appreciate everybody's support. Everybody's support here in the channel. You know, we just passed 28,000 subscribers. And there's Mattel's response. We just passed 28,000 subscribers. We really appreciate the support. We really appreciate everything that you guys do here for the channel. It's truly, I truly appreciate that. And again, somebody's telling me not to end the video yet. We got a few minutes. But I really appreciate the support you guys have been giving to the channel. We got a lot of plans. Some of you guys know that I'm about to have a baby. And so what I've been doing lately is that I've been doing a lot of videos. I think I got like 20 videos already done, scheduled, ready to go. So what I want to do is that once we go into the hospital, I probably gonna spend, I don't know, maybe a couple of weeks, maybe a month, not doing, not doing this, guys. I gotta find them. But what I want to do is that I want to be able to have those videos ready to be able to put them out there. I already scheduled, they're already going to come out, and I could at least reply to comments, and I don't have to worry about editing, filming, all that stuff. I don't have to worry about none of that stuff. I think Milo is about to bark. Oh, Milo. So yeah, good question. Steve said, why I don't do the stream earlier? I don't know. I mean, when I started doing it, I said 9:45 because I was I was gonna come from church because I was doing it on Wednesdays, and I go to church tomorrow. We're gonna start church again on Wednesdays, and so that's kind of what I did. But yeah, I could change it. I mean, if you guys think I could do it at 9:30, or not early than 9 though, just let me know, and I may readjust the time. But other than that, guys, if you guys got questions, put in there. My point of this video, I didn't even know what I was going to talk about. I just wanted to say, you know what, we got to stop hating on each other. It doesn't matter if you have 20 guns, so I have a budget or a cheapo gun. You have a better weapon than me, whatever. We have to support each other. So, question: political incorrect. Do you carry a church? Yes, of course. Of course I do. Yeah, you got to. You got to be smart. And I got a video on that. I really do have a video on that. And I mean, there's a couple of ways that you could go at it. Obviously, you could conceal carry, and that's it. You just conceal carry. Nobody knows you're carrying a gun. The other part of the equation could be talking to your pastor and letting him know that you have a gun, and maybe you become part of. Maybe he knows that you have a gun. So if something happened, he knows that there's already somebody there, ready to respond to that type of situation. So let's see. Trump or Hillary Clinton or Hillary. I am voting for Hillary. So that's that answer. So I like the PO1 that I did the video here in the channel a lot. The CZ PO1. I really enjoyed it. I really thought it was a really nice pistol. Coke Zero for some of you guys. I really thought it was a really good pistol, and I just enjoyed it. The Glocks. Everybody review Glocks, and I did the Glock 21 video. I got an update on the Glock 19. But it's so much you can say about the Glocks. They're reliable, they're dependable, they are blocky, the size sucks. I mean, it's obviously the same thing over and over and over. And, people ask me, so I put the videos out there. But, I mean, when you look at the PO1 and the PO7 and those pistols, and even some of the MMPs that I like, it's good quality pistols that it kind of gets me happy in a way. I can see why Mattel likes them a lot. Because they have character. You can look at the CZ PO1 and you're like, this is a nice pistol. Versus, here's a block that shoots pretty well. So, but check it out. Check out Beretta 9 USA. You definitely got to go and subscribe to him because him and his son does great videos, and they have a lot of pistols, a lot of handguns. Primarily they do handguns. And I think I've seen some rifles there too, but primarily handguns. And I got to tell you, they got some cool guns, and they do some excellent videos. So if you like guns, check out Beretta 9mm USA. He's in the comments. So let's see, 20. Yeah, you know what? People talking about Hillary. I talked about that. a little while ago, or a couple of videos ago. I mean, she's a criminal. What else can you say? You know, she could go out there. She could put national security information, you know, emails. She could do whatever she wants, and nothing happens to her. Back in 2010, when I was in Afghanistan, I was a sergeant, and I was part of the command element. So I have I had access to classified information every single day. If I would have done that, I would have been in jail. So, but if she does that, you know, she could run for president. So let's see. Yeah, Milo is barking. Somebody put a comment about that. Hey, check it out, guys. Dogs are great for home defense. If you don't have one, you definitely need to have one, because I mean, they give you that extra step for you to wake up, open your eyes, and grab your pistol and get some. You know, especially some of the little dogs. Like I got a Yorkie that is like this big. We got 3 dogs in the house, but we got a little one that dog makes so much noise that it's just unbelievable. What does God tell me to vote for? It hasn't. If it tells me, I'll let you know, buddy. Because if it tells me someone, it's probably a good idea. But with tactical, yes, you know, the tactical, you know, I'm not gonna say what kind of job I do, but it's nothing fancy. You know, I just regular job. I mean, I don't make that much money. Or I don't have anything cool. My cool job times are over in the Marine Corps, but I have to shave, so I can't grow a beard, and it really upset me, because I think, I mean, how can you be a YouTuber in the gun community and not have one? I mean, seriously, that just hurts my credibility. So I need to do something about that, so I could grow something like down here kind of thing. So yeah, I feel you. I want to be like Joe. Check out his picture and his channel. That's how I want to be. But hey, I mean, job tells me to shave, and it is what it is. You know, people ask me all the time. People ask me all the time why I don't become a police officer, knowing that I was a military police officer in the Marine Corps, and you know, got a bachelor's degree in Homeland Security, and I just don't want to. First of all, police officers work like crazy. Probably Beretta USA 9 could tell you that. I think he's a deputy. Police officers work like crazy. They don't get so much respect nowadays. I mean, we're living in a time where cops are getting ambushed and killed, and the media sometimes put them as criminals, which some of those guys commit crimes, no doubt about that. But the majority of guys are good people, and ultimately, you know, I'm still dealing with injuries that I received in the Marine Corps. That, you know, my back is so messed up, my neck is like done, so I just don't want to do that. So let me see who else put something in here. You know, RCA said, can you see an ammo shortage coming for elections? You know, the reality is, man, is that you should start buying ammo right now. And every time you get paid, you know, $10, $15 a paycheck or whatever, go and buy some ammo. And when it happens, because it will happen again, it's not going to affect you. Like right now, if you say, oh, I need to buy 22, I just, you know, I don't. But the reality is that back in a couple of years ago, when we had that, a lot of people were concentrating on 22. We have to buy 22. We need to get 22. I got to tell you the truth. I kind of unsubscribe to that style, I guess, of survival. You know, I got my 1022. It's a great rifle, and I love it, but I'm unsubscribing from that. I no longer want to deal with my 1022. There's too many bad guys out there with big guns doing bad things. So I'm going to prep in 223, 5.56, and 9mm. I'm going to prep in calibers to take out a person, no doubt. Obviously, you know, obviously the 22 could kill a person. I know that. But I just gotta unsubscribe from that, man. I'm more nowadays. I'm more into prepping 5.56 or 223, 9mm. You know, more respectable calibers. So I do got 22. So So let's see. You know, Mateo say you talk about the possibility of the Army choosing Glock as a next service sidearm. Man, I think the Glock is again. You know, I said this many times, and some of you guys won't believe this, but we have this picture about the military, and we typically say, you know what? Oh, he was in the Marine Corps, so he knows everything. You know, he was in the Army, and he knows everything, and Navy. The reality is that the majority of the military guys don't even deal with guns. And I know it's surprisingly to a lot of people, but the majority don't even deal with guns unless you, I tell you what, in the Marine Corps, unless you're a military policeman, unless you're in an infantry unit, unless you're in maybe you are a tanker, or maybe, you know, a combat engineer, a specific job, unless you got lucky to a fact that a pistol range started, and they need 3 more guys to fill that spot, and you happen to be walking around, the chances of you qualifying with a pistol are very small. Pistols are typically given to officers and staff NCOs, staff sergeants and above. So it's very common to see a Marine that spent 8-9 years in the Marine Corps and never qualify with a pistol. So a lot of guys think, oh, you know what, you're in the military, you know everything about guns. I gotta tell you, you know, I was on ship. I was in the USS Guns to Hull, and I was assigned with teaching, you know, running a range in the back of the ship. We used to put, it was kind of funny, but you put targets back there and you shoot to the water, and you kind of like kill water kill kind of thing. And some of the Navy people didn't even know how to use a rifle. It was the first time that they touched a rifle in years. I mean, it was scary. It was really scary. So given the Glock as a sidearm, I mean, not having a safety and things like that, I don't really think the military trusts the people to carry a gun that doesn't have a safety. I'll tell you right now. So that's why they kind of stick with the Berettas, because of the safety in the pistol. So what you're going to see is what you see sometimes. People carrying the guns condition 3. They insert the magazine and they don't rack around because the military just don't trust those guys to carry a loaded gun. I mean, think about this. Concealed carry. You can carry a gun concealed carry inside the base. A lot of times the commanding officer won't even allow you to carry a gun. You know, if you try to get a concealed carry permit, you have to have your commanding officer, or at least when I was in the Marine Corps, sign a paper. And if you were a PSC or a Lance Corporal, they'd be like, no, you don't need a gun. And they straight up violate your Second Amendment right. So, I mean, I think getting the Glock, it could be a great choice. I think it could be a great choice, no doubt about that. But I don't even know if the military wants that, because they just don't trust the regular people, you know. Here's the thing. I was going to talk about this in the future. Maybe I'll upset some people. When people go like, oh, I went to combat. When somebody tells you I went to combat, you really have to define what combat is. Because I can tell you many guys that went to combat and never left the wire. You know, I can tell you guys that went out there and they got the rifles and they put it inside a plastic bag, like seriously, inside a plastic bag, and they put tape around the rifle to make sure the rifles didn't get dirty. So, and again, you know, I'm not taking away from those guys. I mean, great job. They went out there, they served, and they did the job. But some of those guys come back here and they're talking like I don't know, you can make a movie on those guys. So just keep in mind that a lot of military guys don't know anything about guns. So, and I'm probably the only one that would say that around here, but that's the reality. A lot of military guys don't know anything about guns. So when you go out there to learn, take training and all that, and I tell you, oh, I was in the Marine Corps, don't ask, what you did in the Marine Corps? And not only what you did, what kind of training you got? Because you're going to be a Marine that was fat. The Marine Corps doesn't like fat kids. And the whole time you spend it in the company office cleaning rooms because you were too fat to do any training. And you spend 4 years cleaning, I don't know, offices and stuff. And next thing you know, you got out of the Marine Corps, and now you're running a training class telling people that, you know, you are like a devil dog that assault the enemy. So again, you got to ask, what is your qualifications? I kind of went in a ramping there. So there we go. Is Chance say, I never shot a pistol in the Marine Corps. And I wouldn't either unless, you know, I was a military policeman. So obviously you gotta have a handgun to be able to work as a military policeman. But even though that, I spend the majority of my time in a field unit. And when you go in a field unit, you know, you're doing patrols, you know, training for patrols, training for enemy prisoners of war, maybe combo security. We didn't carry pistols neither until we went back to actually working as law enforcement, and then we got issued a pistol. So, all right, let's see. Shut the road more. Oh man, it's funny. 5 Marines and cleans rooms. Hey, I gotta tell you guys, if you're planning to join the military and you join the Marines, I tell you right now, you watching your weight is going to be something that is going to make you or kill you. One of the two. If you go overweight to Marine Corps standards, which again, they could be like you're a fat Marine, but in all reality, you're in very good shape. You're not really fat, but to the Marines you are. Being overweight in the Marine Corps would finish you. You won't make it. So yeah, PCP. I think we call it BCP. Bravo, Charles, BC. Yeah, BCP, Body Composition Program, something like that. So it's simple. You know, how do you get fed in the Marine Corps? Simple. You know, once you're in school, you get supervised. Once you hit the Marine Corps, you get unsupervised. And next thing you know, you start eating whatever you want, and next thing you know, you start gaining weight, and next thing you know, you're not exercising, or your staff NCOs, your sergeants are not making sure that you are exercising or following Marine Corps orders. And next thing you know, you 3-4 pounds overweight, or you get in trouble. Now you can get promoted while you're in BCP. Because you're fat, so you cannot get promoted. They treat you really bad, and some guys, instead of losing the weight, some guys, like, they don't care anymore, and they get fat, and that's it. Remember, the military will pay you either way, so some guys don't care. Some guys join the Marine Corps, and they're like, you know what? No matter what you tell me, I'm going to get paid, and when I'm done with my 4 years, I'm going to get out, and that's it. Some guys don't have any aspirations in life. Some guys don't care. You know, you get what you want out of life. You work and you get what you want out of it. If you don't do any training, if you don't do anything, it's because you don't care. And some guys get into that mentality. Typically, going on deployment is going to make you lose weight, so that's definitely a good thing. All right, so 10:30. Appreciate everybody watching. Some of you guys are making the fat kid jelly donuts. So I appreciate everybody watching out there. Thank you so much. Definitely appreciate the support. Again, we'll be here again next week, same time, 9:45 Tuesday. If you guys got any topics, if you guys got anything you want me to talk about, put it in the comments. Don't put it on this comments right here that you're writing right now. If you're watching this live, because those comments, they get erased some kind of way. YouTube doesn't allow those comments to show. But when the video is done, you can put a comment, and just put a comment in any of the other videos. I typically do that. If I don't answer your comment, if I don't answer your email, you know what? I apologize. Lately, work and everything, and you know, I'm just a one-man show over here. You know, I don't have a crew running with me and helping me out. So, but anyways, appreciate everybody's support. Big shout out to Kafer. Tyler East is in the house. Big shout out to Mateo. Tyler is at 122 subscribers. You're going to put some videos yet or what, buddy? Big shout out to Chance. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate We appreciate your service and the support here. Mark, thank you so much, sir. 47KCR. I see you all the time there in the Passer on Call channel as well. So we appreciate that. Williams, shout me out. Check out William Ramsey. Big support to you. Big Johnson been putting a lot of videos. He's in the comments. Go and check him out. Subscribe because he's a cool dude, and he's one of those guys that, you know, is a good supporter of our community. So definitely check him out. God bless to everyone. Somebody else, let me say, Joe. Joe say he had 15 subscribers. Hey man, I'm subscribed to you, man. So, anyways, check out Big Johnson. Check out all those guys out there, guys. I really appreciate the support. Check out the description box. Check out the sponsors because they support me. So definitely support guys that support me. That's kind of how you help me out too as well. And yeah, let's do this again. Spend the whole week, you know, challenge yourself. When you wake up tomorrow morning, be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to talk to somebody about guns. I'm going to talk to somebody about prepping. I mean, don't be creepy about it, you know. Just be really cool about it. But go out there and spread the message because, you know, we got to get prepared. And that's why we got the channel here to talk about those things. So, anyways, appreciate the support. Share, like, and subscribe. Stay tuned because we got a lot of videos coming up. And God is in control.